What's going on, you guys? I hope you're all having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you may be watching this video. If you caught the last video, then you may know that we just recently installed this brand new carbon fiber hood from Extreme Online Store. You guys always love when we install new parts on the 86, so I figured today we would do just that. If you take a look over here, we have a couple of boxes sitting here. As you guys can see, we have this set of underglow lights as well as these interior lighting. It's pretty funny because a few weeks ago, I actually made a story on my Instagram saying that I wanted to add a set of underglow on the 86. There are so many different underglow companies that you could choose to go with for your car. You guys may be familiar with Low Glow. They pretty much have like the best sets for underglow that you can buy. However, they do come in at more of a pricier point than some of the other kits that you can buy online. My buddy Matthew, who's I'm pretty sure actually been in a couple of my videos before, I think he was at the birthday cruise that I hosted, but he reached out to me on Instagram not too long ago, and he actually said that I could have this set of underglow lights and this set of interior lighting to test out and show off to all of you guys on how well they work. So if you guys could, for me, please make sure you guys go down in the description below and check out his Instagram and show him some love, because this video would not be possible without him. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with these interior lighting. If you guys have never installed a set of interior lighting before, it should be really simple. Funny enough, I actually had a set kind of similar to this years ago on my previous car, so I already kind of have an idea on how you install this. A mod like this is honestly pretty nice because it's really simple and budget friendly for anybody who's looking to do some more interior mods. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get it unboxed and I'll show you guys what's inside and how you get it installed. As you can see inside the package, we have the actual LED strips themselves. We have a controller to actually control all the lighting. And then this is the cigarette port, which you're gonna use to give it power. You won't catch me messing around with lighting mods too often just because I'm not the best with wiring, but whenever I do, I always like to plug everything in first beforehand before routing all the wires, just so I can ensure that it's working how it should be. And as you guys can see, oh my gosh, these things are super bright, holy crap. That's really sick. So they have like a really cool startup animation too. Now that we ensured that everything is working how it should be, I'm gonna go ahead and just get them disconnected. That way we can go ahead and place them in the desired spots. So this is how I'm thinking of doing this. These strips have one wire that's longer than the other side. So I'm probably gonna use the smaller side just for the back, just because I'm actually gonna be plugging it in right there, and I can feed the wire straight down to the back on both sides. And I'll route the longer wires all the way up to the footwells in the front. That way I have enough wiring to get all the way up there. Now, maybe a little bit hard for you guys to see, but I actually got the first strip on the bottom of the seat. It just uses the 3M tape. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just route it up kind of like this and go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I got both the driver and passenger side rear seats done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the front. Now for the front, it's literally perfect because I can route the wiring down right below and behind my floor mats from Custom Interior, and I can bring the wiring up and around, and I can actually stick the strip right here, if you guys can see, which is perfect because you actually can't see it from the driver's seat, which is my main priority. I just don't like being able to see the actual LED strip, and this should be a perfect spot for it right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the 3M off the back all peeled off and then get it laid down in the correct spot. So I got everything all finished up now. If you guys can see, all the wiring and everything else like that is all tucked away. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is show you guys how everything works. If we go ahead and close the door and wait for the lights up top to power off, you guys will see that right when we turn the ignition on, that the car will do a full startup animation of all the LED lights, which is really sick. There's actually an app that you can download on your phone to be able to control all the different lights. Or you can choose to use the controller that the kit came with. It's actually really cool because if you guys look closely, there's actually 210 different options that you can choose from for modes of the actual LED lights. If you guys see, when I scroll through some of them, you'll see the actual lights are going through different modes and changing colors. You can even choose to turn on music and have the lights function to your voice or the actual song itself. You guys see whenever I'm talking like so, the lights will turn on, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a few videos for you guys and show you exactly how the LED lights look. It's a common phase that most car enthusiasts will go through. You end up getting that feeling or sudden urge of wanting to look for a new project car. There is so many different possible options out there to choose from, but finding the car that's right for you can always be difficult. But then I found Cars4Bids. Buying a vehicle shouldn't be complicated and definitely not overpriced. And with Cars4Bids, that's not something that you'll have to be worried about. They have no annual fees as well as no registration costs when you sign up. Just transparent listings with cars that range from salvaged, rebuilt, flooded, damaged, running and driving, and even perfect condition vehicles. Cars4Bid makes it super easy and is perfect for anybody who may have a little bit of mechanical skills, or for people who may like flipping cars, or even just for people like myself who may be looking for a great deal on their next vehicle purchase. Make sure you guys go over to the Cars4Bid website today to check out and see how easy it is to find and purchase your next vehicle. Thank you so much again to Cars4Bids. It's partners and brands like them that help make videos like this possible for you guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get back into the action. Alright you guys, so it's officially the next day. What we're going to go ahead and do now is work on getting the Underglow installed. For this kit right here, it actually gives you a couple of different ways of wiring it. You can actually hardwire it to the battery, or you can use a cigarette lighter port. Inside we have all the connections and plugs, and then as you guys can see, we have the strips themselves. I got the Underglow kit plugged into the car. I actually routed it over here to the cigarette port inside the glove box. If you guys can see it, it's all the way up there. And then what I did is I had the wire feed around and actually go underneath this, which I still need to put this back down. Should be pretty simple though. Just clips right here. As you guys can see, there's little 2 clips. And the wire comes through here, down, around, and all the wires feed through down there. So then I have the connectors coming through right here. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm horrible with wiring, so I'm not even sure whether or not I got this hooked up right. What I'm gonna probably do right now is actually just get one of them plugged in just to ensure that it's properly working the way it should be. And then I'm gonna figure out where I should put each of them, because it's gonna be one for the front, the 2 sides, and then the rear. I got all 4 sides plugged in. The only concern or issue that I've had so far when doing this is being able to have enough room to feed it all the way to the back. Now, if you guys see, the strip is right there, and it is all the way back here right now, but if you look closely, the wire is kind of just hanging right there, and it's a little short. Now, the ones on the sides and the front are good, but just, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room and wiring to be able to get all the way to the back. What I'm gonna go ahead and do right now is just turn the car on just to ensure that all the lights are working how they should be. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do next is just get the 3M on the back of them peeled off and then get them stuck and down to all the spots. We turn the power on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, hold on a second. Let me make sure they're all working real quick. So we got the one on the side working. We got the one in the front. The other side is also working. Is the one in the rear working too? Oh yeah, that one's working too. Nice. So now all we're gonna have to do is just get the 3M peeled off the back, like I said, and place them in our desired spots. I just wanted to give you guys an update on how it's going so far. So I got the first strip on the side all put up. If I come around to the car and turn the ignition on, then you guys will see that the first side is already lighting up. Man, that looks sick. So what we're gonna go ahead and do next is work on doing all the other sides. This rear side, like I said, is the one I'm most nervous about just because the wire is a little bit short to reach all the way to the back. As you guys can see, I have a bunch of excess for the side, the front, and the other side. So I'm not really too worried about those. The only other concern I have is all the wiring underneath the car. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna stick that up so that way it doesn't drag. But besides that, everything's going good so far. All right, you guys, so it's been about an hour since the last time I picked up the camera. What I plan on doing is actually taking the car out later on tonight and grabbing some photos and videos to show you guys how the new underglow and how the new interior lights look. So with that being said, I'll see you guys when I pick up the camera next. Guys, so first look, I know it's still a little bright out right now, but by the time that I get to the spot that I'm going to take photos and videos, it should hopefully be dark enough out. I honestly think that they look really nice. So with that being said, let's go ahead and head out to the photo shoot location. So I actually just made it to a spot in downtown Tampa where I can grab some photos and videos for you guys. Real quick, just look how sick this looks. I just want to give a massive shout out and thank you again to Matthew. And for a budget underglow kit and interior lights, you really can't beat it for the price, and I'm super happy with the way it turned out. I'll make sure to try and find the links for both the interior and the underglow. That way I can leave them down in the description below in case you guys are interested in getting the exact same set for your car. But with that being said, let's go ahead and cut into the photos and cinematics. All right, so let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about the new underglow and interior lights on the 86? Once again, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Matthew. None of this would be possible without him. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a like down below. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you guys are new. That way you can stay up to date on all the content that I make with my 86, just like this. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.